A message to the parents, guidance, and the elderly ones out there. However absurd or surreal this may sound to you, you must hear it and act on it. Call your kids and maybe the young ones around you. Make them sit and say to the female, you are a biological female and it won't change no matter what anybody says or does about your body. Say the same to the male as well and make them recite and memorize it. That sounds too obvious to be emphasized, right? Until you know the magnitude of moral decadence and woke ideologies that have gripped the Western countries to the extent that Yale University level professors and graduates no longer know the difference between an anthropological male and female. And to say that that's a shame is being too kind. You may ask, what do the happenings in the Western world have to do with us? Well, as developing countries, we most times find ourselves replicating both the physical and psychological, including the good, bad, and ugly attributes of the developed world, which is the most part, the West, mainly due to our dependence on them on many fronts of development. Hence, our proclivity to also be captured by these ideologies that are currently ravaging the West. A 13-year-old biological female wakes up, declares that she henceforth identifies as a male, and then proceeds to get a double mastectomy, which is the surgical removal of both breasts, without the consent of her parents. I mean, it's not like the parents even has a say in it, since Western families have over time abdicated their responsibilities to the state, which is a huge mistake, an enormous one. It's quite the contrast that as the world is on the one hand progressing in its fight against breast cancer, which is supposed to be the only cause for breast removal, young females on the other hand are being encouraged and incentivized to remove their breasts before they even live long enough to know their full functions, talk less of the consequences of having them removed. What a complicated life ahead. Now, it may interest you to know that this woke culture is not being pushed on us as much as it is being pushed on our children, because the perpetrators know that the majority of us have been raised with strong values, making us hard targets, but our kids, not so much. Therefore, the cartoons and the education system, especially in urban settings, have been weaponized against them. Not in small ways. I'll give you an instance. Years ago, I was seeing a cartoon show with a 5-year-old, or thereabout, at home. And suddenly, one of the female characters began deeply kissing another female character while this 5-year-old watched. I was ill to my stomach because that's same-sex intimacy being promoted right there, and our kids are being fed this content on incremental doses. Yet nobody seems to be concerned. These kids are being preached to in locutions that are not very comprehensible to us parents, because of course we were not raised with such languages. Therefore, the message is hidden from you, the parents, while your kid can easily understand it, believe it, danger, embody it, and then act it out, because you know that become what you listen to. Input, output. You don't know where your kids will go tomorrow, or the sorts of people they will associate with, which is why you should early infuse in them the primordial and authentic values, so you don't end up sending a boy to school that then returns as a sexy man or a girl that returns as a stud. What a terminology. See you around.